the Char MOOOOORAT, or Murat, or whatever. Should you get it? Well, it has 390 alpha damage and a 3-shot autoloader, and for once, it actually has a pretty decent intraclip reload. So that's pretty cool. This tank's like an actual autoloader that can dump out shells pretty quickly. And the aim time's okay, the accuracy is okay, and the dispersion factors, these are not very good. So you'll notice this tank, unless it's fully aimed, it's very derpy. So keep that in mind. It's very fast though. That's good. Gets a really good power to weight as well, and pretty good terrain resistances. Now, one of the best parts is the gun depression. Which is 12. And it's got average health and pretty poor camo and pretty average view range. So why does it have such poor camo? Well, this thing doesn't have any armor, and it's huge. Now, this is just something I've observed, but the easiest way to make a tank really bad is to give it no armor and make it huge. Now, I wouldn't say this tank's bad though. It still gets a very nice autoloader, and as you can see, check it out, 12 degrees of gun depression. And of course, you know, there's auto ricochets all here and here, but the gun mantlet is very weak, as you would expect. Because if this thing had actual armor, it'd be kind of OP, right? There's no weak spots or anything. The whole turret front's just a giant mantlet. Now, the tracks look kind of crazy, but there's no reserve track mechanic or anything. If you want that, you'd have to go to the RU server, because this tank is on the RU server. All in all, this tank's just a very fast autoloader that is unfortunately also very big and easy to hit and easily spotted, which is why for the equipment, obviously you can use vert stabs for an autoloader, get the dispersion after firing down, but more importantly, even just normal dispersion, because this tank is pretty bad. And see, you don't have to run low noise, but since this tank has no armor, you would probably want to stay hidden, right? Now, with this terrible camo, you're not going to stay hidden. So there is actually a reason to put low noise on this. And obviously the last one is turbo because, again, turbo is always nice to have. But you don't necessarily have to. So for example, if you want to drop turbo out for hardening, because yes, this tank has no camo and will get spotted, so you may want to supplement that by giving yourself more health, right? If you get spotted, you'll be able to survive. Alternatively, you might want to drop low noise. For example, you get Himmelsdorf or something. Then you could put turbo, or even if you really want to, you could put rotation mechanism just to get the gun handling a bit better and the dispersion after firing a bit better. And of course, it makes you turn quicker. That's just a nice bonus. It's really up to you. You could have multiple equipment slots. Basically, what you do definitely need is vert stabs, right? This tank has poor gun handling and it's also an autoloader. So you need vert stabs. And then everything else is up to you. Hardening for more health, low noise if you want to stay hidden. Depends on the map, right? So I don't know how I feel about this tank, to be honest. Like, this is the it's called the Project MOOOOORAT, and it's on the Russian server, okay? Check this thing out. It has insane armor, pretty much all across the board. Look, gun mantlet 350, even the hull armor, like this thing gets a lot of standard pen. You angle it like this, 270, right? This thing's got a lot of armor, which means when it goes hull down, it's unkillable. To be fair, I don't want that, okay? I like turret armor, you know, I'm fine with hull down tanks, but not like this, you know what I mean? So I'm okay with this thing not having much turret armor. The problem is it's huge, right? So how would you balance this? If you're going to give something like this no armor, you'd probably want it to be small, like the udes 03 Alt 3. That's a very good tank, and honestly, I think it might be better than this tank. So, should you get the Project MOOOOORAT? This, with no armor and any of that? Well, I would say if you already have the udes 03 Alt 3, and you're sitting on the fence with this thing, I wouldn't get it. But if you don't have the udes 03 Alt 3, or you have it and you just love it so much you want something similar, then maybe I guess you could get this. My point is, if you already enjoy the udes 03 Alt 3, then this thing isn't really that much different to it. It's just that the udes is a smaller target, better gun handling, and better camo. It's just better at being a medium tank, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's just get straight to the gameplay now. Alright, we got the Char MOOOOOORAT on Malinovka. Yes, I still don't know the names of the maps, okay? This is Prok in my head, and Prok is Mali. It's always reversed. Anyway, look at this thing. We're gonna take it up the hill because it's huge. No, because it has gun depression, right? It would be nice if it had turret armor, but Yeah, bit being huge is a bit of a problem. I mean, look at this thing compared to the SFAC. It's absolutely enormous. But where else are we going to go, right? We still have gun depression, so it'll be good to take it on top of the hill. And yeah, remember what I said about this thing having terrible gun handling? Well, yeah, that's World of Tanks for you. Anyway, as you can see, this thing is still quite fast, although, interestingly, me and my platoon mate here, Zaid, and the KPZ, we're going up the slope at roughly the same speed. Except he gets armor, and I don't. And I'm huge. But, oh well, we'll make do, right? So, the idea is I will go up to the hill, wait for someone to shoot their gun, and then try to clip them out. That's the plan, at least. Now, it's a lot easier said than done when there's multiple people, and you gotta, like, try to wait for them to all shoot at the same time. But at least, because I'm fast, I can get up here first, and oh, would you look at that? Okay. I'm still gonna make my way up here. And we've just put a full clip into this guy, and I took 2. Now, I hit him for much harder than he hit me, right? You know, 390, and then 2 low rolls, but he also low rolled me, so that's fine. And he's almost dead. So we got the early clip off, 1500, although one of that was, of course, on the Barask. And now I wait. So as you can see, he's not looking at me. Now would be the time to poke. But I'm reloading, of course. And so it's going to take a while, but as soon as I'm loaded... Okay, I'm pretty sure this guy fired 2. So I'll take the 3rd one. Oh, okay. Oops. Yeah, this thing is really, really big. Keep in mind, I haven't played this tank very much. This is like my 3rd game. I only played like 5 games in this thing. Yeah. I was poking out even though I didn't realize I was. And I lost all my HP because of it. Oops. It's fine though. I didn't need HP. I have a autoloader, right? I'm gonna leave this position now because one more oopsie and I'm dead. So now what do I do? I'm about to be loaded and I am loaded. Okay. How about I poke this? Nope. Zay just got penned in the turret, so if he's getting penned, then there's no shot I can handle it. I will say though, the gun mantlet can absorb heat rounds. Like, not 330 heat or 300 heat. Kind of like tier 8 heat. So, I guess you could rely on that. But as soon as they switch to AP, they're just going to pen you. And as you can see here, I'm thinking... we might actually lose this. Because... our tanks are big and slow and fat. I mean, I'm big and fat, but not slow. So, I'm going to leave the hill and snipe for my team. And Zayd died. Whoopsie. Yeah, that's kind of what this tank is going to be regulated to, right? If you're big into sniping mediums, then hooray, you got another one. But it's not exactly my most favorite class of mediums. So, I mean, here's the thing. A Udes Alt 3 03... Wait, no, it's the other way around. Udes 03 Alt 3 can do the exact same thing I'm doing here. Except it reloads faster. And is more accurate, and has better gun handling, and most importantly, has better camo. But this thing does have higher alpha and a faster unload time, so that's nice. However, as you can see, it didn't work out at all. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward to when I'm reloaded. We'll try this again. Can we at least pen 1 out of the 3? Okay. There we go. Nice lower plate shot. Oh, okay. Another lower plate shot. And that's a bit too chancy. So, T95. Those are really hard to pen. I saw green. I took the shot. It didn't work. Gonna skip forward to when I'm reloaded again. So, yes. As you can see, this tank does damage. I'm at 3.3k. But I'm skipping the replay because, as you can probably imagine... sniping is kind of boring. I know, who could have thought? Am I gonna take these chancy shots? Okay, there's 1. There's 2. Yeah, there's 3. Next. Cams, why are you showing me this replay? This is the highest damage I've done in this tank, okay? I didn't play it much, I'll admit, but this game I did the highest damage. So... I mean, we've successfully halted their push, I guess. But, like I said, to be honest, I don't know how much more bullshit I can spin up. This gameplay is kind of boring. You know what we can talk about. Peaky Blinders in World of Tanks. I like that show, but like... I'm just so tired of this bullshit collabs that they keep doing. Like, is this all Wargaming's got? Like, seriously? Your idea for new content is yet another collab? Like, they are milking it hard. Collab this and collab that, man. I don't care. Like, I like Peaky Blinders. I really enjoyed the show, but I don't give a fuck. I'm playing World of Tanks here. I guess it would be cool to have them as commanders, but I just wish we would get some actual content for the, you know, the tank game. Like a new map or something. Yeah, I don't know. Do we need more new premiums? Like, if I told you, guys, look, it's a 3-shot premium autoloader medium tank. You'd be like, okay, that doesn't narrow it down. Who cares? Got plenty of those already. So I'm deciding I'm going to go over here. I'm kind of bored and... Oh, this guy can kill me. Oh, there's the classic. He's not shooting at my turrets because I think he assumes I have turret armor. And he missed that because it's a K91, right? Chems, that was extremely lucky. You played like an ape. I did. Low-key, I'm not going to lie to you. I was kind of hoping I would die there so I can move on to the next round because this is so boring. Anyway, I turn around. I'm going to reload. I spot a Blesk. Okay. I realize, hey, these guys are kind of one-shots, so... Oh, okay, the Blesk is dead. Now look at the minimap. What am I doing right now? Oh, okay, look at the minimap. As you can see, everybody has been spotted. At least once. And they're all in the northeast. Which means this is clear. I can come down here. Now, of course, the enemy team could have the same conclusion, right? And they could be sending people here for all I know, and I could blow up and whatever. Regardless, I'm going to come down here because there's nothing else to do. I went into this a bit too early, and unfortunately I didn't drown, and I wasn't able to just go on to the next match. I know. But, yeah, okay, we made it here. Now, it was a car wash. See, look how shiny I am now. You know, on RU, this tank has the reserve track mechanic. On NA and EU, it doesn't. Even though I don't know what they could have done it. I mean, they modeled it to look like this. Why not? Anyway, this tank has no camo, and I don't believe I'm running low noise this setup. So, you know, I'm not expecting anything too great right now. So, there is a sturv here, and there's bushes knocked over. Ah! Would you look at that? Okay. Well, that's not who I was going for, but... that one was a miss. That was also a miss. You can tell because the dirt kicked up, which means it hit the ground instead of hitting a tank. Anyway, that was an interesting blind shot. I'm going to reload, and then I'm going to go down to the southeast and hopefully maybe spot something, but I don't have high hopes for this thing because it has a lot of camo. Or doesn't have a lot of camo, and the Barask and Sturv definitely do. Because of this, I'm going to take the longest possible route, okay? Maybe I can catch a glimpse on someone on the hill. I'll be honest with you. If you're playing this tank and you get this map and you don't have low noise, going like this and driving like this, it's probably a misplay because the chances are you're going to get outspotted. But yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm not Quickie Baby. I'm not putting fucking CVS on this thing, okay? Not happening. So if you're bored, I don't blame you, but... Oh, that's probably the one thing I could actually outspot because it's a heavy. That one didn't even hit. I don't know where that one went, which means he survives. Okay, interesting that the CS is coming back here. I don't think the BZ would have said, hey, I'm being shot from back here that quickly. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure why he came back here. But anyway, we're on 5,000 damage. That's pretty good. Let's approach one of these bushes and hopefully try to outspot the CS without getting my ass spotted myself. As you can see, this thing is so massive, it's like kind of hard to maneuver around here. So this guy's coming in. He's going to spot me. Hopefully I can try and kill him before he gets even close to me, right? Yeah. Okay. Of course. So, this guy on the move clips the top of my turret. And it's just so on brand for shitters to do something like that. Because... think of it this way. A good player would not take that shot. He would hold it until he got to a better position, in which case I might be able to kill him. This dude's a shitter. He's driving full speed. He's just, oh no, click. And because RNG, you know, works sometimes, he hits those and pens. He didn't auto ricochet or anything and kills me. Yep. Remember what I said about RNG benefits only shit players? Yeah, there's a good example right there. Anyway, I'll admit that replay was kind of boring, so hopefully the next replay will be interesting. I hope so. Anyway, on to the next replay. Oh my god, Chems, really? Outpost? That's your idea of an interesting match? Is Outpost? Okay, look. Ever since the changes they made, you can actually go to the heavy side and get decent damage. However, I was thinking, this thing has 12 degrees of gun depression, and it's got an autoloader. Maybe I can shoot people that are trying to take the middle. Hopefully I'll be reloaded by then, but that would probably be some good early damage. And then I'll go to the heavy flank. Because, you know, the heavies aren't really going anywhere, are they? So, I'm going to actually wait to be loaded so I don't scare them off. Okay, I'm loaded. Let's, that one hit the turret. Alright. Next one. And... there we go. Now, could a udes 03 alt 3 do that? Because his intro clip is longer. I think it could, actually, because I would have been reloaded sooner. Which means I would have been able to shoot them as they were driving in sooner. And because it's more accurate and has better gun handling, I would have actually hit all 3 shots. So that's what I mean by the alt 3 being better than this thing. But anyway, these guys are going to be here proxying me. I'm going to get out of proxy and then try to go to the heavy flank, right? That's heavy flank is where all the heavies are, where all the HP is. Now, there's a T-32. Is he poking? He is on the high side. Nope. Okay. Let's go around. It's kind of a bit risky because, as you can see, they can shoot you from here. It's just another one of Wargaming's infinite, you know, genius game designs. You could only get to positions in the early game. As soon as you're there, you can't leave or do anything else because you'll just get shot. This is not the only map that does this. It's quite common. Anyway, look. There's some tanks over here. And I've got plenty of heavies to shoot for me. Now, I want to see, is my gun depression enough? Oh, check that out. This tank's so tall, I can't even get to that position without getting seen and shot at. Well, come on, Chems. What are you waiting for? I'm gonna load heat for this guy. Okay, let's see. Load heat. So, you can pen a KPZ turret with heat, obviously. Oh, I think this is a good time to mention. This tank has 300 millimeters of heat pen, which is terrible. Like, it's just... it's something Wargaming does nowadays. It's just give tanks horrific gold pen in hopes that they bounce more, I guess. But, like, all the old pen of all the old tanks, it's like 320 heat, 330 heat. And then at tier 10, you got a lot of heavies that have 340 heat. That shit just doesn't happen anymore. Like, what's that battle pass Soviet tank? The 265 whatever. Oh, look at that one. See? What did I say about gun handling? Yeah, that one missed. But what did I say? That tank is a heavy tank, tier 9, and it has 300 heat pen. It's just... like, the E100 turret was buffed, and all of our heat pens are getting nerfed. It's just horrible game design, in my opinion. In case you are wondering, I really think that they should have buffed the side of the E100's turret. That way, it would actually have to angle the turret in order to be strong. But whatever, man. As you can see, I didn't have much luck with that second clip. First one missed. Second one, it had to hit because I was practically burying my gun inside of him. And now this one. There. Okay. Clipped him out. But look, it's 5-6. And yeah, this is the part of the game where, look, you have to try and cross this and get over there, but they have the middle. And this tank has no camo. So that's kind of the common theme with this tank, is that you don't have the tools necessary to make any real plays. Like, how do I say this? tanks that have a lot of armor can make plays. And then there are tanks that don't have a lot of armor. Okay. But they get camo, so they can still make good plays. Yeah, what did I say about the gun handling? Yet again. That second shot, maybe I could have aimed a bit better, but the third one, there's no excuse for that one. But anyway, like I was saying, if I had a lot of armor, I could go up here, pressure them, get some damage. If I had a lot of camo, I could sneak my way behind them. But I have neither of those. Fortunately, I still have speed, so that's good. But as you can tell, like, I'm debating, do I go up? I mean, this ST1 went up and no one shot at him, so that's good. However, that Nurgle is about to peak, right? Now, Nurgles don't necessarily have the most view range, right? But I don't know if I want to test it, right? Okay, he's shot. Now I'm going to move up, okay? Will the Nurgle spot me? Yep, he will. Of course he will. This tank doesn't have any camo. Now, we've pushed up. I'm completely at the whim of anybody that decides to go here, right? So, yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, let's see if I can get some shots on the Nurgle, right? Is he going to poke out? Maybe I should load a heat clip. Because I'll be honest, this thing has 248 APCR. That's not actually that good. Like, 248 APCR is like 220 AP. That's what tier 8s have. At least tier 8 heavies. Although, you know, it's nice that it gets good shell velocity, right? 1400. As you can see, it's another horrifically boring game, but okay, Nurgle. You kidding me? You get spotted and you blind fire the bush instead of the ST1 staring you down. Fortunately, it ricocheted, right? This tank does have auto ricochet angles. So, yeah, if someone tries to blind you, that's something. But really, what am I to do? Like, am I going to go back to my base? Then I have to try and outspot a udes and an even 90. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So I decide, okay, you know what? I'm going to use my speed to get over here. Fortunately, the Nurgle actually didn't spot me. I don't think it's because of my camo. I think it's quite literally he doesn't have the view range. But it's fine, okay? We're behind them now. So there's a G-Sor and there's a Borsig that we can farm up. Now I'm thinking, like, can I really pen this? Oh, okay. Shoot that. I know that there's a G-Sor next to me, but I want to get rid of this guy because he's going to be a pain in the ass to spot later. You know what I mean? Like, if this is a close game and it's just me alive, how am I going to outspot a Borsig? His camo is like probably 10 times better than mine, and I don't even have max view range. So, even if this G-Sor YOLOs me, I can kite him, but I can't really kite the Borsig and the G-Sor at the same time. Plus, he didn't come after me anyway, so now's the time to kill him. However, I'm pretty sure he can full clip me. However, I think the G-Sor only fired one shot. So, you gotta ask yourself, would the G-Sor reload if he fired only one shot? He still has 3. Well, we're about to find out. Okay, he ricocheted one. So, that was nice. I got a ricochet off. Okay, I left him on 11 HP. Awkward. I'm gonna ram him, obviously. 11 HP. Now, I don't have to hit him very hard. I think I slow down here. Yep. Yeah, he's 11 HP. I don't have to... I already took 116. If I was going any faster, I probably would have taken like 300, right? So, you know, I don't need to go that fast. Now, alright. It's a 1v3. Finally, the replay is going to get interesting, right? Yeah. So, small problem. I have to try and outspot an even 90. I was going to YOLO him, right? Going that way. And that probably would have worked if it wasn't for the fact that udes and Nurgle were right behind him, right? Like, I'll eat a full clip of an even 90 to kill him. Because then I would have vision, right? Nothing can outspot me. However, he's got friends, and I will die if I do that. So, yeah. Big problem now. Trying to outspot an even 90. Okay, one is on the cap. Who's on the cap? Maybe the udes. I was totally expecting this even 90 to come barreling after me, right? But now that someone went on the cap, I don't think the Nurgle is fast enough. Okay, But isn't that just splendid? All three are in the cap. I guess they don't know what this tank is, and maybe they're afraid. So they all three went on the cap. But like, if I was in like a Char Future 4 or Udes 03, I'm fairly certain these guys would come after me because I'm on 800 HP and I'm an auto pen, right? And even this thing is so easy to spot, right? So here I come. I don't have view range, unfortunate. Maybe I should be running the Quickie Babies loadout or spotting setup. So, okay. Is he in the bush? No. And that guy actually left the cap. Did you see that? That was interesting. He left the cap to try and spot me early. And you see that bush I was aiming at? That was exactly where the Nurgle was. But the ELC got himself lit, so I shot him instead. But he wasn't on the cap circle. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Oh well. I probably would have died anyway, right? Because they would have all shot me and I would have died. But anyway, that was interesting. I don't know what to make of this tank, really. I'm not sure if I like it that much, but I've got one more replay to show you. Chems, will that replay be interesting? Oh, you know what? You'll see. Chems, you're joking. You're telling me you're gonna show me an interesting replay, and then you show me a replay on fucking Studzanki? What do you, who do you think you are? Look, okay, fine. Let me just skip for it, okay? You're right. Look, this tank is very good at sitting at the back and sniping at things. And playing hull down, but unless the moment people like are anywhere near you, you get outspotted and you don't bounce anything, really. Like realistically, you don't bounce anything. So these guys are going in. All right, there's one. There's two. Do I want to leave? Because yeah, I really don't feel like being proxied here because not even proxied, but like this thing has no camo and these guys are like 10 feet in front of me. So going to that bush, I'm going to get lit, right? So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to sit here and snipe. Whoa, can you believe it? Here we are. This guy decided to blind fire, except it wasn't a blind fire. I did get spotted poking that bush. So yeah, he's a light tank. Obviously, of course, he's going to spot, but it's kind of obnoxious that going to this bush I get spotted by him. Because this tank, again, his camo is just not very good. And it's huge. So, is anything interesting going to happen? Well, okay, let's just skip a little bit. Okay, people are coming in. Alright. That's the common theme with this tank. Okay? You can get damage in when people are YOLOing around and not aiming at you. That's when you can get damage in this tank. And, oops, I didn't realize this tank... I didn't realize I was destructible, okay? Look, man, I don't snipe on this map very often. Anyway, they're continuously pushing us back. We might have to fall to the next line of defense. We'll have to see. Like this, look, I didn't even know that you could go there in a DZT. Like, there's a hull down apparently. But look, a Ferdinand. And apparently he already uses repair kit. There we go. I did some damage. That's one of the few times you can actually do damage, right? And, oh, I skipped forward to skip the reload, but it looks like I got penned by a T-49 heat round. So that's 700 HP gone. I remember that. I literally just drove across and just took a random hit. But yeah, my bad. I skipped to try and speed this replay up. As you can see, it's 3-8. We're losing from all sides. Okay. So what do you do when you're losing on Studzanki? You go to the back red line and shit camp and snipe. Yep. It's a great game mechanic, great game design. You know, at least there's no hard cover here, or else it would really be pretty AIDS. Anyway, I have like little glimpses of this LT, and oh, okay, there's one shot. And, really? That missed? Come on. Yeah, this tank is something else, man. Okay, that one missed, I can kind of see that, but that second shot was, yeah. I'll be honest, like the Udes 03, I don't miss shots like this. Like, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So, really, I don't know. I'll be sticking to the Udes because it gets camo, right? And, yeah, its reload is much better. So, it's more, how should I say, dynamic, I guess. Because, like, right now I could be shooting these guys, but I'm reloading because my reload's very long. Anyway, there's a light tank. probably want to get rid of him, right? Because he's going to outspot me. All right. There we go. He outspotted me last second. And, oh, I'm lit. Abort. Do something. And I'm dead. Yeah. Look, man, my conclusion about this tank, it's not terrible, but it's like, its gameplay, look, its stats force it into kind of a boring role. That role being sniping from very long range, because, again, you don't have armor, you don't have camo. What are you supposed to do? This tank on Himmelsdorf would probably be very nice, right? You go on top of the hill, you got gun depression, you got an autoloader. Yeah, of course. Most tanks can do well on Himmels, even lightly armored ones. But like on this map, I would want to be a udes 03 alt 3 because I would probably have hit more of my shots. I wouldn't have gotten outspotted so easily. And yeah, maybe my clip isn't as big and it takes a little bit longer. I think it's a worthy sacrifice. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this tank. If you want it, get it. If you have the udes 03 alt 3 and you're kind of on the fence about this tank, honestly, you don't need to get it. You're not missing out on much. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, because it was kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. But I just felt, okay, I played this tank. You know, I may as well make a video on it, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.